Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Westby. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. As we're here tonight in the Westby Fieldhouse, getting ourselves ready for a Coulee Conference wrestling dual meet as the Norsemen host the Arcadia Raiders coming to town here with pretty good numbers, it looks like, though I guess there's a couple of guys that are out due to injury. We'll have to wait and see how everything kind of plays out here this evening. But, well, we could have anywhere from 8 to 10 matches, which would be nice. And I think we're going to have at least one exhibition match from the sounds of things. Well, the team's, not out here yet on the mat, though in this time frame, we did have Arcadia was out here warming up, so they've had their chance to kind of start to break a sweat, so to speak, and that means that the Norsemen will be preparing. They're probably preparing somewhere else because they'll probably go to the high school practice room and have their warm-up time, so it's very minimal out here on the mat. Well, let's take a quick break here, take a look at a couple of those sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to look at the starting, let's not worry about the starting lineups because we know that can change at just about any time, but let's take a look at some of those wonderful sponsors. And thanks again to those sponsors helping us out tonight. We'll come back with more of them in just a few moments. We had an opportunity to talk to head coach Rob Kerner, the Westby Norsemen. Let's listen in and see what he had to say about the season so far as it is.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Westby. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. Well, we finally get a chance to talk some high school wrestling. With me tonight, head coach Rob Kerner of the Westby Norsemen. Rob, thanks for taking the time out as you get prepared to host a conference meet.
Yep, no problem, Ken, anytime.
Now, Arcadia comes to town. Before we talk about them, let's go back and talk about the odd beginning of the season for you guys with practice and everything, and then all of a sudden you're tossed into a dual meet. Let's talk about that.
We were just chatting about that, and found out one day we could start practice the very next day. Practice for 6 days, and then bang, had a Adams Friendship meet going on. And at that point I get it. It's let's get some matches, get some in before maybe we get shut down. At least we get a little wrestling, and then then you get in a situation where our guys prepared for this grueling sport that we're about to undertake, and guys aren't down to weight yet. So, but we got matches in, and in the long run, that's what we were looking to do. So.
Now, tonight with Arcadia, this is only your second dual meet, correct?
Yep, this is number 2.
How did that match go with Adams Friendship? You were scheduled to go there. Instead, they come here.
Yeah, last-minute decisions being made and different things that happen as you're going with the pandemic going on. But they ended up coming here. We didn't have guys down to some weights yet, and we still got a couple guys for this duel tonight who are working their way down to a weight. But for the most part, we're there now. But it makes it for an interesting night. Wrestling guys, wrestling weights are not used to. Didn't think they'd be wrestling this year, but they were taking it in stride and just they wanted to get matches too. But I thought we wrestled well against the Adams Friendship, who has a really nice little team there.
Yeah.
And I knew they were going to be tough coming in, and looking at it was like, maybe if we had our guys at the weights we needed, gave up an extra forfeiter here, so. But they had a nice team, and they wrestled well, too, I thought. But I was happy with how we wrestled. Only 6 days of practice, our guys got a wake-up call on conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
That's the number one thing we heard was, I'm out of shape. we got to go hard, coach. So we've been around them pretty hard. Our goal has been, let's get in shape, show them a few moves from each position, and let them master those few, and go out and use what we know.
Yeah.
But at least we can go the distance without getting tired.
Yeah. Taking a look at that lineup, and I remember taking a peek at that, and I thought, once your guys get in the weight classes that they want to be in, I think you're going to have you got a nice squad, don't get me wrong, but I think you're going to have a really nice squad when you see them into the weights that you would like.
Yeah, I think we'll end up forfeiting 106 and 126 on a regular basis once we get down to where we're at, but we'll fill all the other weights. And for the most part, I think we're pretty young and inexperienced. But yet those guys impress me when they get out there and go with how fast they're picking stuff up and how fast they're realizing situations without having that deep experience of wrestling for many years.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a lot of these guys that came out last year that had never wrestled before or hadn't wrestled in years. It's always nice to get guys coming back to the sport, and as a former coach, we'll take everybody.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Take a look at Arcadia tonight. They come walking into the field house with some pretty good numbers.
Yeah, Arcadia looks like they have some pretty good numbers. I know they forfeit a couple weights tonight, and we give them back a couple. But I think that we're looking at roughly like 10 matchups maybe, was it?
All right.
I think when I was looking at it. So, we don't get a matchup at every weight, but 10 matches is pretty good.
That's exciting to have that many matches, right?
Yeah, especially, Arcadia was down there for a little while with numbers, and I know Coach said they're dealing with some injuries and stuff too, and we are also. But it's nice when you can come close to at least throwing out your lineup, and then you have a chance to have a victory at each weight.
Right. Yeah. Let's take a quick look, Rob, at the conference. I suspect GT male men, once again, probably the favorite, but I would think that the Norsemen have got to be in the thick of this talk.
I'd have to give the nod to Melman. They got numbers up there, and it's nice to be deep in this sport because injuries are going to happen, and it's a long, grueling season. So, not this year, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
But they got those numbers up there. They could probably make 3 different schedules with 3 different teams.
Right.
But yeah, I look for them to be the favorite. I think we can be in the thick of it. I know West Salem's got some pretty good numbers too, and they got some pretty tough kids coming back. And I know they had some kids like us who came out without any experience but are picking things up really fast too. Mm-hmm. So I think we could battle for second place with them, but that's the way it's been the last couple of years. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, Rob, we certainly want to wish you the best of luck tonight, and we look forward to, as you said, the shortened season. They're going to try and get as many wrestling meets in as possible before the hopeful state tournament trail, which, by the way, has been moved up a couple of weeks. Folks may not know this, but January 30th is time for regionals, and way too early for us to talk about that, but we probably should get that word out to folks.
Yeah, it's going to be here in a hurry. It's only a month away. We're supposed to host the regional. WI is planning for it just in case. They want to be prepared, which is the way it should be. But if we're going to be able to have it or not right now, the rules they have out is 4 teams max. wouldn't allow us to have the regional. So, but we're going to prepare for it, and we've, had people who make programs contact us, and we're getting all the work in case it happens. So, hopefully it will. Hopefully this thing turns around hard, and we'll wrestle a bunch.
Yeah. Well, we got to look forward to something like that. But tonight we're looking forward with Arcadia coming to town. Rob, best of luck tonight against the Raiders.
Thanks, Ken.
All right, Rob Kerner, the head coach of the Westby Norsemen, will be back with the opening match. We start at 113 pounds.
thanks again to those terrific sponsors as we've been able to take a look at them throughout today's opening bit of ceremonies, I guess you could say, and had a chance to talk, obviously, there with head coach Rob Kerner. Always a great interview with him, as it is with many of our wrestling coaches. They really do appreciate the fact that we're out here trying to put this great sport on the airways. Well, tonight's matchups, as we take a look, we're going to start at 113 pounds. And in that, we could have we'll have a match there, it looks like. Looks like Brock Hoskins might get moved up. We could have Blake Hansen dropping down, so we'll have to wait and see exactly what is going to take place there. The referee tonight is Scott Brookman. He has a young man with him, and I believe the last name was, I don't remember if it was Van de Hey, maybe. But anyways, a young man from Toma, and he is looking to try and get started here officiating with the wrestling, and that is excellent news because, well, for the sport, we need the new blood. So if you know of anybody or any of you out there as fans looking to become an official, why, please take the time out and think about doing that. We've got a couple of good ones in our area, excuse me, that I can think of right now. Brad Raj has been doing officiating now for, 3-4 years? Maybe it's even been longer than that. Time goes by for me real quick, it seems like. But anyways, he is an up-and-coming young official. Riley Cade, another former wrestler for the Westby Norsemen. And so Westby with two young officials, and I really like Riley out there too, as former wrestlers. You kind of have an idea where you need to go. You need to see if you have to have that feel, so to speak, for the sport, and you're watching out for the safety of the wrestlers and such too. So very important there. So we do have a couple of fine young officials coming up in our area. Well, we're kind of waiting here right now for the official start here. The Scott Brookman had his meeting with both teams, and then they have the team meeting, and now we're getting ready for that. So let's glad to have everyone on board. Hope you enjoy tonight's matchup. Other area matches going on tonight. Viroqua hosting River Valley. That should be an interesting matchup. And let's see, is there another one? Brookwood travels to Sparta. So 3 dual meets that I'm aware of anyways in our area. Thumbs up from Scott Brookman, longtime official. I tell you what, he does a great job out here. And so nice little recognition there. Scott saying, have a good one. And we'll say right back at you, big guy. All right, let's listen in for the exhibition match here. Hopefully they'll have it.
Our exhibition will be Dylan Knoxville at Westby and
Gage Instinence, and this is going to be Dylan Nottestead. I don't think that's Dylan. Might be Ty. I know it's not Dylan. Let's put it that way. Anyways, here we go with the. I'm trying to even see if that is that even Ty out there. It might be. So hard to tell these guys that got the mask on and everything unless you kind of know their body a little bit, I guess, huh? I'm going to have to solicit Riley Cade to help me when he's not officiating. That would be fun. Anyways, here we go. You would know these guys as trying to dig in there. Instinus trying to come up with that takedown. He's got the single leg, but there's a cradle set up here by Nottestead, and he's going to get the takedown, and now he's getting back points. Picking up the near fall. He's got that kind of a far side cradle. He doesn't have a cross-face cradle. He's got a far side cradle. Got to be careful himself here, and now Instinus is able to break free, and they will go out of bounds. They'll come back to the center of the mat with a 5-0 score here in favor of Ty Nottestead. They'll get set. 25 seconds remaining, as you can see. Picture in picture here. Trying to come up and out is Instinus, and we're going to get a whistle here. A technical violation. Locked hands. Nottestead trying to hold Instinus down on the mat, and he locked things up. Put a little too much pressure on him, I guess. Now trying to hit that crossface. Instinus did a little bit of a mistake there by reaching over the leg, and that allowed for Nottestead to pick up that far side cradle once again. He's locking it up even tighter right now. He's got only a couple of seconds here, and there's the pin. Less than a second left. Wow. Pretty good job there. You can't shake hands, unfortunately, and it's going to be Green, the victor, via the pin. Ty Nottestead on that exhibition match, picking up the win. Now we'll move into the team scoring part of tonight's dual meet with the 113-pound match coming first. We'll have to see who has to show. It's going to be Westby showing at 113 pounds. This will be Brock Hoskins. We'll see if he's going to pick up that forfeit win like they had said.
113 pounds, Brock Hoskins receives the forfeit.
They will do that, so it's 6-0. The score here for Hoskins picking up the win. We'll move to 120 pounds. At 120 pounds, it says Blake Hansen and Hunter Fitzpatrick. We'll see if that's what it's going to be. Fitzpatrick comes out. The Raiders have to show first.
At 120 pounds, Hunter Fitzpatrick of Arcadia will receive a forfeit.
120. I might have said 126. I apologize. 120 pounds. So Fitzpatrick will pick up the forfeit win, and now we'll go to 126. Slowly we'll get there. I would get there quicker. So we take a look here. Looks like going to bump some wrestlers around a little bit here. Would be Blake Hansen, I believe, at 126. Let's listen in.
Please, 126 pounds, Blake Hansen of Westby, Ivan Aguilar.
It is Ivan Aguilar. Goes to 126 in a 6-6 dual meet. Aguilar and Hansen. Aguilar is a freshman, Hansen a sophomore. Trying to get a little duck under was Hansen. Instead, Aguilar comes in with a head throw, and he's going to pick up the headlock and the takedown. Now picking up back points here on Blake Hansen. Hansen tried to get that duck under, and now they're going to go out of bounds. Supporting points out 3 near fall here for Aguilar. Well, tough little break there for Hansen as he saw an opportunity for that duck under, but kind of left his head up and the arm up just a little too long, and Aguilar with some pretty good defense. Hansen now looks to try and stand up and get away. Aguilar lifts and brings him back down to the mat. Back up on their feet once again, and now a nice little single leg dump by Aguilar. Hansen doing a great job back to his feet though. Now a double leg and a little feed out situation by Aguilar brings Hansen back down to the mat. 126 pounds. Hansen stepping back up on 1 foot, trying to lift that leg and bring him back to the mat as Aguilar. Able to do that. A nice little dump situation. Now persistence pays off as Hansen is able to get that escape. He wants to go back to that duck under once again. In order for that to work, now he tries to duck in underneath it, got the head trapped. Now he gets back out of it. He needs to set things up just a little bit more. He's got the right idea, does Hansen. Now a single leg shot at the buzzer and a 5-1 lead for Aguilar, the freshman from Arcadia. Aguilar has his choice and he's going to go down. Going to try and pick up the points right away. Wanting to add to that 5-1 lead, he looks to stand up quickly. Hansen tries to lift, he does, and he brings him back to the mat. Nice job, and he let go of his hands just in time. Now Aguilar stands up and turns back in, and he has the escape. 6-1 lead for Aguilar. Well, wrestlers kind of slowing down just a little bit. Now shooting in, trying to get that double leg once again. Aguilar trying to do a little fade out. And he does a little turn back to the inside and is able to pick up the takedown. 8-1 lead now with 1:05 and counting. Trying to stand up, put some weight on that leg. Aguilar goes back to that double once again. He has that little, it's more of an outside turn. Once he gets Hansen's hips down, now he's going to throw in that half Nelson. He got a 1 count. Now he's got him tightened up. Picking up some back points here. Aguilar trying to get the pin. There it is. Aguilar picks up the pin in 2, make it 3:25. .325 pin time, and it's 12-6 in favor of Arcadia. That puts us at 132 pounds now. Taking a look here at those sponsors once again. £132 pounds. Westby will forfeit. Nestor Badillo will pick up the win, making it 18-6. And we'll go to 138. Lemke weighing in at 138. He'll pick up the win.
138 pounds, Trevor Lemke of Westby receives the forfeit.
Now 145 pounds. Well, we're just going to take a look at our sponsors.
Will be Dominic Hansen of Westby, Cameron Bowles of Arcadia.
Bolin, I believe he said, and Dominic Hansen here at 145 pounds. 18-12, Arcadia, with that lead now. We'll let you know how much time is left here. I want to run through those sponsors, giving them a chance to be recognized here tonight once again. Bolin, sophomore, coming in on that single leg. He's got that right leg out down on the ankle. Hansen coming up over the top, though. He's got the leg in a far side power half. But Bolin slowly is able to work his way out. He'll pick up the takedown and a 2-0 lead. Now looking to make a turn here. He's able to do that right on the edge of the mat. Hansen still trying to work his way up. The junior for the Norseman taking on the sophomore for Arcadia. Trying to get that little inside row here. If he can turn those hips, Hansen could pick up the reversal. There it is. Nice work there by Dominic Hansen. Tying this match up at 2 apiece with 20 seconds remaining in period number 1. Out of bounds they go. They'll come back to the center of the mat. Now back in referee's position. Hansen reaches across to the far ankle and is able to help boost with the hips, knocking Bolin off his base and back down on his stomach. Working in, trying to get that wrist. Now a warning stalling on Bolin. Got the half and a wrist here as time runs out in period number 1. Back to the center, and they take a look at the choice. It's going to be Bolin's choice. He will defer to period number 3. Hansen takes a look, and he says down after coaching staff encouraging him to take that down position. So you got a lot better chance right there. You just picked up a reversal. Here he comes with another one. Great job moving those hips and getting behind for 2. Hansen now out in front 4-2, and we might have a full Nelson. Yep. Hansen came in with that full Nelson, and as soon as the whistle blew, he knew what he had done wrong. Fresh start here for Bolin. Referee's position, trying to sit out, but again, a terrific job right there by Dominic Hansen. Boy, he's got a nice tight waist here and a good arm chop, trying to control that wrist from underneath. He moves over to the left-hand side, now goes back, kind of straddling Bolin. Now works back over on the right side here with that arm chop once again. A little bit high with that one arm. Now he's trying to load him up on the hips and maybe get a hip tilt. But Bolin says nothing doing, and he goes and bellies back down. Bolin has been warned for stalling, so we got to be a little careful with that. Another warning would give Hansen a point. It is 4-3 here, as Hansen gave up a penalty point. Now he runs a half Nelson. Very solid, but oh, what a job by Bolin. Hansen trying to run it again. Bolin kind of crunches up and fights off that half Nelson series. But again, that head is down, and that's not a good sign. 20 seconds remaining. There's the warning. And 1 green for Hansen. That will put the match back to a 2-point lead for Dominic Hansen of Westby. He jumps back over once again. He uses his hips to his advantage and gets the turn. Off from that half Nelson. Boy, that was a pretty good turn. And now with the buzzer sounding to end the period, he's going to get 3 more for the near fall. Well, that was just pure determination right there by Dominic Hansen as he bulled his way over on that half Nelson, and he used his hips to perfection and then was able to hold Bolin on the mat. Now Bolin with his choice took neutral, and there's a nice little snap and spin for Hansen. Now he's trying to get a tilt here. Going to go in with an arm bar. He's got the half Nelson and the wrist. Trying to see if he can turn Bolin one more time. Bolin really fighting that. Boy, he is crunched right up. Hansen's going to jump over to a far side cradle, but he's got to be a little careful there. He doesn't get his head caught. There he pushes it off. That was good work. Now, a bit of a lateral drop here, and very close to the pin is Hansen. Bolin somehow is able to squirm back to his belly and keep from having that pinning combination get any tighter. So good job there by Bolin as 3 more near fall. It's 13-3. 13-3 here, and there's our time once again, 45 seconds and counting. He works in that half Nelson, and he's looking for that pin. Hansen very close here. He's got to do just a little bit more of an adjustment on Bolin. Trying to keep that arm stretched out. He's got 24 seconds. He's got some time. Got to lift that head up now, and there it is. He got the pin. 5:42 the pin time for Dominic Hansen. And that's a good win for the Norseman as that ties the match back up at 18 apiece. Boy, good job there by Dominic Hansen. Basically kind of coming from behind there a little bit. All right, we're going to move to 152 pounds. Let's see who comes out here for the Norseman. Looks like we will have a match at 152.
Elevator 52 pounds, Ian Brown of Westby, Esteo Vallejo of Arcadia.
Esteo Vallejo for Arcadia. Vallejo coming in, a freshman here for the Raiders. And Brown, a sophomore. Here in the out of bounds, both wrestlers trying to lock up on the head of each other. Vallejo backing up a little bit, trying to get away from that pressure by Brown. And now Brown able to get that little lateral drop situation. He had an over-under, and now he's got Vallejo in trouble. Trying to make the adjustments here and lift that head up. He now has the head locked up. Trying to put the pressure on those shoulders, get him flattened out on the mat. But wow, Vallejo putting up a pretty good fight here, but there's the pin. The pin time coming in 52 seconds here for Ian Brown. And it's 24-18. Norseman out in front. And we move to 160 pounds. 160 pounds is scheduled to have Garrett Vallon for the Norseman. This could be Cruz Patzner for Arcadia. The Raiders have to show first. So Patzner I think that's who this is. And Garrett Vatlin.
150 pounds, Garrett Patton of Westby, Bruce Baxter of Arcadia.
Couple of sophomores going at it here at 160 pounds. Boy, you don't see too many sophomores at this weight class. And this time we got a pair of them. Malin with a nice high crotch and picks up the single leg takedown and an early lead. He was so quick on that. I'd have to go back and show that in slow motion, how he changed his level and hit that high crotch. He was almost to the ankle of Patzner. That's how well he hit it. And he had Patzner reaching for him. Now looking for that bar arm series. Trying to get that arm in the back and look at trying to pry things over. Scott Brookman watching to make sure that everything is safe over here. Now Patzner finds himself on his side, and Valen taking his time looking for some back points. Patzner with a great effort back to his base, but not before a too near fall was issued. And now Valen goes right into another pinning combination on the opposite side. He's going to go with a facelift here. Got plenty of time trying to come up with that pin. He's got the chest on chest, trying to arch that back just a little bit, drop those hips down on Patzner. Patzner doing a good job fighting this off, though. He's keeping that right shoulder up well off the mat. Valen is going to have to really get this cinched up with under 10 seconds to go in period number 1. And that'll be the buzzer. 3 near fall, and it's now going to move into a, 7-0 lead. Take a look here. It's going to be, I think it was Vatlin's choice. He'll take the down position. And he works his way back up to his feet. Nice hand control. And get those hips out, and there's a nice switch. Boy, I tell you what, he hit that one real well. I hope I got that on camera. I was so focused on watching that move coming, I forgot to move the camera. That's what happens when you're by yourself, you know. But that's okay. We'll get it again. He does it once, he can do it again, right? Now he gets a double arm bar here. Now he's going to switch back off to 1. Try to go with the facelift. Nope, he's going to reach underneath and grab that arm and lift. And now he's able to put Patzner on his back. A reverse half Nelson here. And again, needing a lot of pressure on this right side here as Vatlin really having his way with the pinning combinations. Patzner trying to keep that inside right shoulder up off the mat here. He's got the elbow down there. Trying to use that as a bit of a block also. Hasn't been able to get off his back, but he also has been able to fight from getting pinned. Now trying to put in the legs here and trying to stretch out Patzner. Vatlin trying to switch off here once again. Now he goes over to the other side, staying with the same pinning combination. There's the pin. A 3:40 pin time. For Garrett Vatlin. Nice job with the pinning combinations there. He really stuck with them. So it is now 30-18. And we're going to move to 170 pounds. We'll see if the Raiders will put somebody out here against Clay Nottestead Clay is the one who comes out first to report, and apparently they will forfeit to him. So now the team score is doubled up, 36-18. Westby out in front. And we're going to move to 182 pounds. And we're going to see if, Lucas Hansen for the Norseman. Arcadia will bring a wrestler over to the table. We'll see who that might be. We suspected it's Joseph Nelson, but we'll find out in a moment. This looks to be Lucas Hansen for the Norseman. It is Joseph Nelson, so it's a couple of juniors battling here at 182 pounds. They'll lock up, more typical upper weights where you see them locking up on the head, working on those shoulders, trying to instill their will, you might say. And if you can get somebody leaning just a little bit, the next thing you know, your nose is on the mat. Both wrestlers with that lock position, headlock, now shooting in on a single leg. Nice job. Switching to that double is Hansen, and he picks up the takedown. Picking up the takedown here, and now working the one-on-one with the wrist. Now jumps off to the left-hand side, trying to put in a half Nelson. And Nelson himself, Joseph Nelson of Arcadia, turns away from that. Hansen doing a great job, though, with that pressure. You can see him driving with his feet. And now he's got that half Nelson series once again. He needs to get out on the elbow just a little bit more. Trying to go with a power half. If he can get out there on the elbow a little bit and get a little more leverage, he'll have more success. But right now, Nelson is fighting this off pretty well. Now he got over to the side, and he's able to get some torque and get the turn. Hansen looking to try and come up with the pin here on Arcadia. There it is. They did it in 1:46, it looks like. We'll call it. We'll call it a 1:46 pin time. And Westby now out in front, 42-18. Isaac Huff is scheduled to come out onto the mat here at 195 pounds, and we'll see if Arcadia does not have anybody there. They did not have anybody there to begin with. That was one of the weight classes that they had planned to forfeit to. So Isaac Huff will come out. He'll pick up the win. 48-18. And then it goes to 220 pounds. And we're going to see Dylan Nottestead out here. Lane Hebner taking on Dylan Nottestead at 220 pounds. There they are. Nottestead, of course, a sixth place finisher at state last year. A nice little duck under here by Hebner, but what a job by, we're gonna go 2-1, okay. You're going to get the takedown to Nottestead and then one escape here for Hebner. Hebner had a beautiful duck under. Nottestead was able to make the turn, pick up the takedown, and then Hebner broke free just in time as they went out of bounds. So because of that, that allowed for the point, 2-1 score. Back on their feet they go. Trying to get a little bit of a throw. Now switching off to a nice double leg was Nottestead. That was great piece of wrestling right there. A 4-1 score now. Nottestead will use that head lever to try and break down a spiral breakdown on Hebner. Hebner not able to get too much going when those hips are blocked off like they were. Trying to get into that head lever situation again, now this time on the left side. Tried to do the right side, didn't work. Now he's going to come over here on the left side. Now he's got it. And he lifts the arm and now fires through just like you draw it up in practice, and looking to get a pin time or a pin here is Nottestead. He has that locked up pretty tight. Hebner doing a good job though of fighting that off. Now threading the arm through is Nottestead. Going to try and make this. Still got to give Hebner a lot of credit there. He is able to fight this pinning combination. Now it goes into a headlock series, and there's the pin. Got that. That's a lot of pressure right there, and it becomes a 1:55 pin time here for Dylan Nottestead. And again, gotta like it. These guys, they want to shake hands, but unfortunately, they're not able to do that. So at 220 pounds, Westby picks up the pin, and it's 54-18. Coming out at 285 pounds, it'll be Jake Collins for the Westby Norsemen. Collins coming in as a junior. Good to see him back out here.
£285, Jack Collins of Westby, Zach Zigweed of Arcadia.
Zach Zigweed for Arcadia comes out. Jake Collins looking to try and go in on the arms a little bit here. Now they'll break free. Both wrestlers dancing with each other, trying to go forehead to forehead. Now they'll push away. Zigweed coming in, got that front headlock and drags Jake down to the mat. Gets the head down on the mat. Now trying to spin around to the outside. Collins with a good job trying to dive back in and get a single leg himself. Now just too much pressure on that turn, and Jake will have to give up the takedown. Zigweed comes up with two, and now he's looking to try and get a half Nelson in. He tried to work in on the right side, now comes over here on the left, nearly getting the turn on Collins. Now he has that turn with the wrist and the half, looking to put pressure, and there's the pin. A 1:23 pin time here for Jack Zigweed. 1:23 is the pin time. That puts the team score to 54-24. And let's see, there should not be a match here at 106 pounds from what I remember. That was going to be a forfeit for Walter Slabby, or Slobby maybe. It might be Slobby, I think. Slobby will pick up the win.
Last match of the evening at 106 pounds, Walker Slobby receives the forfeit.
Walker Slobby picks up that forfeit win, and that will take care of business here tonight in a 54-30 win for the Westby Norsemen. So pretty good job there for the Norsemen picking up the win. It started out, Brock Hoskins picked up a forfeit win at 113 pounds. It was answered back with a forfeit win at 120 by Hunter Fitzpatrick. Aguilar moves up to 126 and picks up a pin over Blake Hansen, 325. That's a team score of 12-6. Then it became 18-6. And then Westby started in on their run. They picked up a forfeit win at 138 for Trevor Lemke. Hansen, Dominic, picked up a pin at 5:42 to make it 18-18. And then Ian Brown with a pin in 52 seconds for 24-18 lead. And Westby just kept going on a roll. Patlin with a 340 pin at 160. Clay Nottestead with a forfeit win. Lucas Hansen at 182. A pin in 146. Isaac Huff with a forfeit win, 48-18. Dylan Nottestead at 220 pounds picks up a pin in 155, and it was 54-18 before Jack Zigweed picks up a pin over Jake Collins, and then a forfeit win at 106 for the Raiders of Arcadia, and a final team score 54-30. Well, thanks again to all those terrific sponsors helping us tonight to bring you this wrestling action, Coulee Conference Wrestling. And we look forward to more action sometime after Christmas. My wife Lori and I would like to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We hope to have a couple more events coming up here just after Christmas. There is no bi-state, so, it's all individual stuff, though, you can get for the schools as they try to get their season in due to this pandemic. Well, thanks again, everyone. We hope that you enjoyed this Western Wisconsin Video Production LLC of Westby Norseman Wrestling. They come away with the win once again, 54-30 over the Arcadia Raiders. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll see you sometime either on the mats or on the hard court. Take care for now.